Hi, this is going to be a review on Vapor Chef. I have two different orders, one of which was more recent than the last because it just was. But basically the reason I haven't reviewed the older one more, sooner is because it has a really high VG content, and VG just takes forever to steep, at least in my opinion it does. So I'm going to start with the flavor I was just vaping on, so I don't need to vape it again because I remember what it tastes like, but it's this one right here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because it's really weird, like a weird name, but that's what it is. It's a tobacco, and coming right off their website, it says that it's a cherry Cavendish tobacco with notes of oak, cherry, and a slight hint of vanilla. It said that it reminded him of the tobacco shops that he used to walk into as a child with his father. So I guess it just like has nostalgic type of things or whatever. And I've never liked the smell of tobacco, or like, but as it's burning, like cigarettes, I never liked that smell, even when I smoked myself. However, I did and still do like the smell of like a cigar burning, or like a pipe, because like my grandpa used to smoke pipes, so that smell never bothered me. So that sounded appealing to me, and it is a good juice. And I don't know that I get a vanilla when I like vape it. I do get like a little bit of the cherry, and it's a good cherry. It's not a medicinal cherry, at least not to me. And I've had plenty that tasted like NyQuil or whatever. I don't get that with this. It's just like a slight cherry, and I do get like a tobacco. I like tobacco vapes, so that doesn't bother me at all. And to me, instead of a vanilla, I'm getting more of like a marshmallow kind of flavor, which I like marshmallows, so that doesn't bother me either. But I really do like it. I don't know necessarily that I'd repurchase it yet. I'm not really too sure, but it's definitely good. Then the next one I'm going to talk about is this blue Jazzberry. And I put this in a cardo for the first time yesterday after it's been sitting. This one was mixed on 328, so literally it'll be a month tomorrow. Actually, yeah. Today it's midnight, so technically what I would consider tomorrow is today. But whatever. As of the 28th, it will have been a month old. So it's pretty much a month old. And I was like, it was just amazing. Like, I really like their unicorn blend. I'm not going to say its real name because I think it's stupid, but the unicorn one, what they used to refer to as unicorn something else, which they should have kept that name, but whatever. It's the unicorn one that's supposed to be like a cupcake with all that whatever. To me, it tasted like a blue sucker or whatever, with a hint of something else. This one just straight up tastes like a blue sucker, like a blue lollipop, or like those blue rock candies. That's what it tastes like to me, and it's really good. I like candy, I just don't really eat it so much anymore, because, sugar and all that. But it tastes just like it. I will say, with the sweeter blends, for whatever reason, they taste best to me in a cartomizer. Like, when I was dripping it in my HH357, I wasn't super impressed because I get this weird note to it. I don't know if it's like the sweetener, which they say they don't add sweetener, but maybe the sweetener's in whatever flavoring they're using. I don't really know. But whatever that sweet taste is, it kind of has like I don't know if it's an aftertaste or whatever you would call it. It's just like a weird side note to it. And for whatever reason, the cartomizer kind of takes that away. So, I don't know. A lot of people don't like cartomizers because it dilutes flavor or whatever. I like cartomizers, especially for certain juices. I feel that it just tastes the best in a cartomizer, and they're super easy to do. You don't need to fill with them and all that crap. I don't know. I like cartomizers. So, for their sweet, like, candy kind of flavors, basically I'll just tell you by individually which ones taste best in a cartomizer, which don't. But anyway, That one, personally, to me, tastes best in a cartomizer. And I use the Bogues, and I get them from Caterpillar Vapes, which I'll put the link below. They're the cheapest I found and the most consistent. Like, I think I've had like one dud out of all the boxes I've gotten from them, and I've purchased probably 20 different boxes. And the one, I'm not even positive that it was one, but even one out of like, what is that? Like 100? I think that's pretty good. Anyway, the next one is Fluffy Cake, and this is one that I haven't tried in a while, but this one was from 328 as well. So again, it's been sitting around for a good month, which seems to be sometimes how long you have to wait for these high VG juices, which is one of the reasons I don't think I'll continue buying such a high VG juice. I'm not that patient. So we'll see what's going on. I was kind of worried because like this drip setup I have right now is kind of weird. It's the first time I've ever tried doing it this way, on camera anyway. I usually use my HH357, but for some reason these juices don't really, they're not complemented by that, so that's why I'm doing it this way. And it's a low ohm, it's only a 0.6 ohm, so I was worried that this might not be that great, but tastes the same. Actually, it might even taste better. I actually think it does taste better. Because before, when I was trying this Fluffy Cake, it was coming across really sweet, like too sweet. And I do like sweet vapes, but I don't like them to be like just ridiculously sweet. And it was. I don't know if it's the high V or the higher, I don't know, lower resistance type thing that's going on, or what I'm vaping it with, because I am vaping it with the Ready Wick, which is amazing so far, by the way. But it does taste better. It's supposed to be a red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting, I believe. And I'm not super big on red velvet cake, but I don't know, a lot of people said it was really good, so I figured I'd get it. But yeah, it's exactly what it says. It says red velvet cake with cream cheese icing. I don't really get the cream cheese part at all. Personally, actually, now I'm starting to get it. I don't know if it's the heat or what, but before I was not getting it at all. Yeah, I guess it does have a little bit of a cream cheese frosting type thing going on. So yeah, I would say it really just tastes like what it says it does, a red velvet with cream cheese frosting. It's pretty good. I'm not 100% positive if I would repurchase it, but it's definitely, like, if you like red velvet with, you know, that, I would imagine you would love this. And as you can see, vapor production is perfectly fine, but when you have a 70% VG, you know, it should. And another thing to mention is sometimes when you order a high VG juice, the flavor can be diminished. And I don't know if it was happening originally. I'm not really sure if it, I don't know. But after a month, it definitely, like, there's no lacking of flavor. At least not with my setup. So yeah, it's pretty good. Alright, I just had to change flavors. So this next one is another one that I wasn't super impressed with when I first tried it, because I'm impatient, and I know that juices take time to steep and all that. so I'm not really necessarily expecting anything, but I do try them right away when I get them in the mail just to see, you know, what's going on. Because there are very few juices that are good right away. One of them is actually from Vapor Chef, and that's Honey Perry, which I ended up getting a pretty, I mean, it's not like a huge bottle, but for me, it is, because I don't really usually buy anything bigger than a 10, is this a 10 mil? I don't remember. I think this is maybe 7. But I usually don't end up buying anything larger than the absolutely smallest, you know, bottle possible. So, anyway, this one is Strawberry Vertically Challenged Cake. And this is another one that has the high VG and mixed about a month ago. And all these are no nicotine, just in case I didn't say that. Wow. Wow. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's this wick or what, but these juices are tasting so much better than when I was trying them. Wow, that is really good. It's like, it's a really good strawberry. Like, if you've ever had, which I'm sure you have, most people have, like strawberries and you dip them in sugar, or make a, like if you're making a pie or something like that, and you take the strawberries and you just like mix them with sugar and like water or whatever to make kind of like a syrup type thing. That's what it tastes like. And honestly, it just tastes like a strawberry shortcake, like straight up, and which is what it's supposed to taste like. Yeah, it's really good. I really was not expecting these to taste as well as they do in a dripper. Because, like, I've really not had good experience with drippers. And people on the eCig forum, bless their hearts, they recommended that I try this Ready X Wick stuff. And I'll put the link below so you can check it out. But basically, it's like a super silica. Like, they do stuff to it. It's like a ceramic wick, which I believe silica is ceramic, but I'm not 100% sure. But basically, the place that I get it from, they treat it with like a kiln, like very high temperatures for X amount of hours, and it's basically supposed to just bring the best performance into the wick and make it super great and all that. I'm not going to get too much into it because I've only had it literally like an hour that I've been messing with it, but I don't know, like so far I'm just so impressed with this. I can't even just like I thought cotton was the best. I just can't use it. But this silica stuff, or this Ready X Wick, whatever, is blowing it out of the water. But anyway, Strawberry Vertically Challenged Cake, which is strawberry shortcake. It's like a play on words, kind of aha type thing. Really good. Just tastes like straight up strawberry shortcake. If you don't know what that is, it's basically strawberries, whipped cream, and like a little cake that's kind of like a angel food cake type consistency and flavor. It's really good. If you've never had it, you're missing out, which, you know, most people have. But believe it or not, my ex-boyfriend, he never had a peach, and he lived in Georgia. So there are people out there that haven't had things that most people have had. So that's why I explained it. And if, you know, you're in different countries and everything, they might not have stuff like that over there, or it might not be that common. But anyway, the next one is Peach Tea, and this is another one with the high VG from about a month ago. And I don't know why I'm showing you all that, but I am anyway. And this one, when I first got it, and even still now, and this is gonna sound bad, but it smells like pee. Like piss. Why, I don't know, but it was really bad when I first got it. It's almost completely gone away. Like, only because I knew what was there. Can I even detect it now? But when I first got it, it was bad. I don't know if it's the tea that they use or the flavoring they use. I don't really know. But just keep that in mind. But it does go away. And the peach becomes a lot more prominent. And I haven't tried this one in a while either. And the smoke it smelled like pee too. And it still kind of does. The Arizona cheap iced tea, the peach one, that's pretty much what this tastes like, but very strong on the peach. And it's okay, it's just the vapor that is produced by it, it smells like pee. Like if you've ever had a cat that's sprayed, like a male cat usually does that. My cat thankfully doesn't. That's what it smells like. So I would imagine that would bother most people. Like, she was scratching again. She's such a weird cat. Anyway, moving on. I think we've been on that long enough, whatever. So the peach tea, while I'll continue to vape it because, I mean, it tastes fine, it's just kind of annoying. Like, you have to be considerate of who you're around, because I'm sure they don't want to smell pee everywhere or anything like that, but, I mean, it's good enough to finish, but not good enough to purchase again, mainly for the pee reason. The last one, with the exception of one that I'll get to in a second, is Black Pom Pom, and this one is really good. This one was highly recommended by people on the forum, and I have to agree, it's black currant, pomegranate, with a slight hint of lemon. Now, I didn't know lemon was in it, and I don't know that I tasted it before, but now that I know it's there, we'll see. But mainly, it's like I've never had a currant, or anything currant flavored, so I didn't really know what to expect, but I do like pomegranate, and like I said, I never really noticed that the lemon was there, but I do like lemon. But like I said, it was highly recommended on the e-cig forum by people that like the same flavors that I did or do, so I figured, you know, give it a try or whatever. Yeah, I don't know if I get lemon. If I do get lemon, it's just pretty much to accent the other flavors in it. I'm not really sure. What is she scratching on now? Momo! Stop it. She only does this when I do videos. It's ridiculous. But anyway, this one is actually good. I don't know if it was immediately, but like within a couple days, like at the most. Like, and it really hasn't changed too much except maybe become more prominent, like stronger. I don't know, like, the strange thing is, like, I can't really describe what it tastes like, because I've never had a black currant, as I said, to compare that to, and pomegranate I've had, and I might detect the pomegranate in it, but I definitely don't really detect the lemon, so I'm guessing what I'm getting mainly is pomegranate and currant, but whatever it is, it tastes good. Like, I like fruit vapes, and this one is fruity, but like a dark fruity, if that makes any sense. It's definitely not, I would say maybe more tart than sweet, because it's definitely not really sweet, at least not to me, but it's not really sour, or I don't know, it's It's so weird. I can't describe it, but it's good. I'll just tell you that. It's good, and I've never heard of anyone trying it that didn't like it. So, yeah, that's that one. The last one, which I'm kind of afraid to do, because I just noticed right now that this one I got as a sample has nicotine in it. And I don't vape nicotine, as I stated once before and in my other videos. And it's 12 milligram, same PG-VG ratio, so they did notice that. And any other time that I've gotten samples from them, they've never included nicotine in them. I'll make sure right now. Yeah, Funky Monkey was a sample. Zero Nick. This Nutty Caramel Apple, which sounds amazing, by the way. 12 mil. So, or milligram, whatever. I'm guessing it's just an accident. I mean, I literally just realized it today as I was about to vape it. So, whatever. And I do believe I've tried this once before, but I'm not 100% positive. But we're going to try it now. It's not going to kill me, it just probably won't like it, because I don't like the taste of nicotine. Like, there's only a couple of nicotine juices I've tried that didn't taste like rancid to me. And one of them was by Flavors by Joe, and the other one is by Alien Visions. I forget which one it was, but whatever nicotine they use, it's tolerable. I just don't like the throat hit that it makes, like that needle feeling. I don't really like that, but whatever. So, I'm kind of scared, but we're going to try it, see if their nicotine is tolerable. That's definitely not like nicotine I've tried. Unless they mislabeled it, which is possible. But if it does have nicotine in it, it's very smooth. I'll tell you that. I don't get much of a throat hit, which with a high VG, sometimes you don't. And I don't like throat hit, so that's fine with me. But normally when I have nicotine, anything with nicotine in it, it tastes disgusting to me. Like, I can't do it. I don't get any flavor out of it. All I can taste is the nicotine. But this, which is why I didn't even realize that it had nicotine in it, it's just, it doesn't do that. Even inhaling it, because like a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, sometimes I won't actually inhale it, like take it into my lungs. I'll just kind of hold it in my mouth and then exhale. Kind of like what people do if they smoke a cigar or whatever. This, even when I like take it to the back of my throat, normally when I would get that really harsh needle, like stabbing sensation, I don't get that with this. I also don't get that rancid flavor either. So, it's either a misprint or their nicotine is really great, because I'm not getting any of that nastiness. Not that I'm gonna go and vape their nicotine now, but I might actually finish this bottle. Just sparingly, because I don't really need to get addicted to anything, but and I can actually taste the flavor. And like I said, in any other nicotine juice, I cannot taste anything but the nicotine. But anyway, getting onto the flavor, it's supposed to be a red apple with caramel and nuts. And I don't remember if it said it was supposed to be salty, but I'm detecting a slight saltiness, which is fine for me, because like when you have a caramel apple with nuts on it, it does have a little bit of saltiness that goes along with the nuts. So to me, that's normal. Let's see. It says smooth caramel, red apples rolled in peanuts, which is pretty much what it tastes like. When I first smelled it or tasted it, I can't remember if I tasted it, but when I was first smelling it for sure, it smelled like a green apple. But as it's like sat and everything like that, it definitely doesn't taste like a green apple, because green apples are very tart, which I mean, I'm not a big apple person, to be honest. Like, they're fine. I just, not one of my favorite fruits. But, yeah, it's nice. Don't know if I'd repurchase it, but it's good. If you like caramel apples with nuts on it, definitely check it out. And, like I said, that nicotine thing is really throwing me through a loop. Like, if I hadn't happened to see that it had nicotine on it, I wouldn't even know there was nicotine in it. Like, it's really